CMFs are highly detailed minifigures that come in packs of 12, and ever since the theme started in 1999, people have been asking for a Star Wars CMF. LEGO being their greedy selves refused to do it, so not only did I make one, but I did it better than they could ever do. During the Clone Wars, we see Obi-Wan fall in love with the Duchess of Mandalore. Not only is Satine a really cool character, but she's got a really nice design with a really awesome headpiece that would make for a great minifigure. LEGO would need to make a brand new headpiece mold as well as give her a blue cape. Unfortunately, we never saw her in the Mandalorian set back in 2012, so this is pretty much the only hope we have to see her in LEGO form. LEGO has neglected the entire Separatist faction, and Admiral Trench is no exception. He first appeared at the very start of the Clone Wars during the Cat and Mouse episode, and then later appeared in Season 7. If LEGO were to do this, they would need to make a trench coat piece as well as a brand new molded headpiece. If LEGO went all out for this minifigure, it could look so sick. Now for minifigures 3, 4, and 5, let's take a look at a trio from the Clone Wars. Season 3 gave us one of the deepest, greatest Clone Wars arcs of all time with the Mortis Gods. Unfortunately, we never saw any sets from them back in the day. In my 2026 set ideas video, I mentioned they could show up in an ETA class shuttle set, but if not, a CMF would be the next best thing. Unlike many other figures on this list, these wouldn't require any special molds except maybe the father's hat, but they could get away with just using the wizard's hat. And if LEGO really wanted to cheap out, they could just use the Grand Inquisitor's face on the sun. Knowing LEGO, they probably would cheap out, but they put an extreme amount of effort for no reason in all of the other CMFs, so I would hope the same for Star Wars. As bad as the Acolyte was, they did make a really cool character with Khmer. If LEGO made this figure, we'd need not only a new cape/poncho piece, but a new helmet mold. There's been some very detailed customs made over the last couple of months. Since the show was a total flop, LEGO most likely won't be making any Acolyte sets, so this would be the perfect chance for a Khmer minifigure. Since they showed up in 2002, LEGO Star Wars fans have been getting robbed of a Jedi Temple Guard minifigure. LEGO has totally neglected every part of the Jedi Temple for some reason, which is probably why we've never seen one before. There's a ton of customs out there, but honestly they're really expensive and none of them look that great in my opinion. This would be a super easy minifigure to do as we wouldn't need any crazy molds or anything, we would just need arm printing and some detailed torso printing. LEGO could give them one of the short capes like we saw on the Mandalorians from the Battle Pack in 2020, but honestly that might not even be necessary. Next for minifigures 8 and 9, we have two that really go together. The first of the two, and the more exciting of the two, is Darth Plagueis. If you read the incredible Darth Plagueis novel, the first thing you probably did was go and see which Darth Plagueis minifigure you can buy, only to be disappointed that they don't exist. LEGO's been really slacking with the old Sith minifigures, and it's such a shame because they have some of the coolest designs ever. I'm sure you can guess what the other minifigure in this dual pack is. Yes, it's young Palpatine from the same book. This one is pretty easy to make a custom, I've even done so myself, but it's just nothing like having a real minifigure made by LEGO with accurate printing. Honestly, LEGO could make an entire Sith CMF line, and I'm sure nobody would be complaining. Unfortunately, they never will though, because they know they'll make more money if they spread them out through different sets to give people an incentive to buy them, which is unfortunately the reason we'll never receive any CMF line. If you're a LEGO Star Wars fan, you are guaranteed to love Clone Troopers, and yeah, we'll be ending off these last 3 with 3 Clone Troopers. First, start off with the most unlikely, the most niche character on this whole list. Captain Tuck appeared in a short film that was made by this incredibly talented animator. This video was even so popular that GCC made their own Captain Tuck custom. LEGO could even make the same figure as GCC, and I would have no problem with that, it's so good. That being said, that begs the question, well, why does Captain Tuck need to be in a CMF then? Well, he's always out of stock, and he's like $35, $40. Like, GCC makes the most beautiful customs out there, don't get me wrong, but dang, keep the prices down, like holy. The 11th minifigure on this list is one we absolutely 100% should have seen in a Season 3 set. The only Echo we've seen is in his Bad Batch armor, but he looks so much cooler in his ARC Trooper armor. Realistically, I would prefer that he came in a Separatist shuttle set, but his CMF looks like our only hope at this point. LEGO honestly needs to just go back and do all of the clone troopers that they missed from back in the day. If LEGO brought back the 1.5 face helmet from 2012 that we saw in the ARC Trooper, as well as gave him a shoulder pauldron and waist cape, he would be the best minifigure of the year, no questions asked. For the last figure on this list, this is my most wanted minifigure ever and one we were absolutely robbed of. We saw Crosshair in his Imperial design, but never his Bad Batch form. For some reason, LEGO never released any Bad Batch Season 3 sets, and that was the perfect opportunity to include him since he put it on in the final episode. Unfortunately, that just about leaves his CMF spot for the only chance we will ever get to having a Bad Batch Crosshair. If they made him a new helmet mold and gave him some really nice printing, he would be hands down a top 5 clone minifigure ever. That being said, as much as I hate to say it, none of the minifigures on this list are probably realistic as much as I would love to see them. Well guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Make sure to let me know which one is your favorite minifigure in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to stay bricked and check out more LEGO videos coming up on the end screen now.